Alright, are you guys ready for some more show?
Yeah.
Are you guys ready for some more show? Up next, you guys know she's a staple at the show. Give it up for Ann Van Epps!
Go Ann.
Sorry, I don't know where to put this. I'm not sure. The stage is weird. Are you guys okay? You can see me through okay, cool. Alright. Hey guys. Hey over here. My name is Ann, and I was in Harlem last night, where my pronoun is apparently ma'am. But my pronouns are actually she, her, it, and Crystal. And my love language is live, laugh, leave me alone. So, anyway, I have a mouth sore, and it's highly contagious. And what that means is if a guy kisses me here, he can't go down here because he'll give myself hurt. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. It's not for real. She's judging me. No, it's actually called impetigo. I've had it since I was a kid. But back then, I would let it grow and fester on my face. And then as it was healing, I would peel pieces of skin off of it and pop it into my mouth. That was just part of my personality. I was actually in a popular group, so I love how she covered her eyes. It's like there's no visual, It's just me standing. I know. I say gross stuff sometimes because it's how I diet, so that I'm not hungry anymore. You guys already ate. You guys haven't touched your food. It's fine. I get it. All right. So, you guys, I used to have two best friends, and they both had terminal illnesses. Yeah, I think it's because I have issues with long-term commitment. They are now both dead. To me, okay. Sorry, I scared you guys. But my one friend, he had AIDS. I mean, he still has AIDS, but we're not friends anymore. But when we first met, he's like, "Yeah, just so you know, I'm not gonna live for that much longer." And I was like, "Oh, that actually works perfectly for me." But then, like a month into our friendship, he was like, "Oh, I have great news. I went to the doctor and I found out I'm actually gonna live till I'm 50." And I was like, "Ooh, 17 years. That's a long time. I'd have to terminate this friendship." And then, you guys don't like me anymore, it's fine. And then my other friend, she had stage 4 breast cancer, and she didn't tell anyone, not even her parents, but she told me, which was a burden. And like after a year, she was like, "Oh my God, Ann, like you make me laugh so much, like I can feel the stress melt away and like I can feel myself recovering." And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm not even that funny, but I can cure cancer now." So this is actually not the first time this has happened. When I was 12, my great-grandmother, who was 93, was on her deathbed, and my dad made me come in and cheer her up, and so I like wore tap shoes and wore like this blue sequins outfit, and my grandma laughed a lot, but it was embarrassing because that's not the type of performance it was supposed to be. And then that night my dad called me and was like, "Hey honey, your grandma is gonna fully recover because like you made her laugh, and laughter is the best medicine." And then 24 hours later, my grandma was dead. And my dad blamed it on me. I know, right? He was like, "Honey, you got your grandma too excitable." And her heart stopped. So the first time I did stand-up comedy was actually at my dad's funeral. But you don't have to feel sorry for me. I killed him. I killed him, right? Obviously, to get him back. Is this too dark? Or, it's just my life, it's fine. Yeah, I got him back. I mean, I'm sorry, no, he had a heart attack. Or did he, right? Okay. But yeah, I don't know, I feel like my great aunt was mad at me because she like she wrote his obituary and she misspelled my name, which is just 3 letters, and we share a last name, so, okay. I'm getting real with you guys. So I was walking down the street and I heard this screaming, like this cacophony of screams, and I was like, what's that annoying sound? And I look over, and there's just a bunch of children playing. And I was like, oh my God, I guess I forgot what happiness sounds like. Are you guys having fun? You are? Cool. My cat died. It was a hard year. It's fine. She lived to be almost 17. She was a Persian cat, and we got her ashes back, and my mom wanted to sprinkle them in the woods, but I just wanted to sprinkle her in my coffee so we could spend the day together. And then at the end of the day, I would either pee or poop her out. I'm not really sure how ashes work or how the digestive system works. What's next for me? Should I get married? Or my sister wanted to go new cat shopping, but then I farted in the hallway, and she farted in the hallway, and they merged together to form Fart Bubble, and then Fart Bubble curled up onto my bed, and I was like, oh my God, do I have a new pet? Fart Bubble? I don't know. Do you guys do drugs or? So you are allowed to do that, okay. Yeah, I actually microdosed on Molly for the first time. Yeah, and it made me fart a lot. And I told my sister that. She was mad at me. She's like, Anna, I think you're doing drugs wrong. She's like, I don't think it's the drugs, I think it's just you in general. And I'm like, no, it's definitely the drugs because I feel really loose down there. And it's been 3 days. I'm like, should I go to the gynecologist? I'm not sure. But I told my friend about it who used to sell drugs, so she's an expert, and she said that Molly actually relaxes you, so it just sounds like it relaxed the wrong half. So you guys, yesterday I went to Harlem. I said that earlier. I was in Harlem, and I went to the show, and a woman gave me, I don't do drugs a lot, I just want to say that. So she gave me a very small dosage chocolate edible. It was 10 milligrams, and she's like, it's not strong, you'll be fine. And so I was like, oh yeah, I feel great, I don't feel anything. And then when I was outside, it hit me, and I just really had to pee, so I went to a Shake Shack, and I was talking to the lady behind the register for a really long time, and then I was like, I'm so sorry, I'm talking a lot, I'm actually high right now. And she was like, oh my God, I'm high too. And then we giggled, we had like a moment, and I invited her to my show, which is on Wednesday at the Branded Saloon if you guys want to come. If you want to come, you can just talk to me later. I invited her to my show, and we're actually going to be roommates now. But I was like, oh my God, you're high at work, like you're so brave. That's what people say to comics, so it was funny because I turned the tables. Okay. Okay. That was, like, and thanks for laughing at that. That wasn't a joke, it was just my life or something or whatever. Okay, thanks, I got the light, so I don't know. Do you guys like eating? I don't know. Okay, I'll stop. Okay, let me think of something else. Oh, okay, so, okay. Is it okay if I say something gross or I didn't I mean, that wasn't that bad though. Okay, well, you know. Okay, well, maybe you shouldn't come out next time. I don't know, that was rude. I keep staring at this plate, and that's kind of gross, because there's nothing. Sorry, I forgot that I was on stage and not alone in my room talking to myself. Okay, I'll do one more joke. Okay, it's not gross. Okay, cool. Okay. So, do you guys like animal videos, or?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I saw this animal video. Do you like animal? Oh, okay. Well, she's gonna say she hates everything, so that's fine. But okay, so there was this like animal video, and there was this animal, right? And it was like crouched down on the ground, and it like rises up out of the mist, and he's got like really powerful hind legs. And like a really muscular back, okay, and like a chiseled jawline, and like really beautiful auburn fur, and like these cum gutters, which are muscles that make an arrow down to this region. And I was like, oh my god, I am sexually attracted to a male kangaroo. The pandemic was long. Sorry, I know bestiality isn't cool yet. Alright, well, that was something that I did. Thank you for my new friend who's coming to my show on Wednesday at the Branded Saloon. You guys, my name's Epps, thank you.